How to sight read music. People are always afraid of sight reading, but it's an exciting thing to just pick the hymnal or a musical piece, interpret what is there, decode the meaning, and then you read the notes. Before I go further, I want to specially welcome you to my channel, Deeper Excel Music Class. Here, I really do hope to break down musical concepts in ways you can understand, equip you with rich knowledge of rudiments of music, offer you in simplest terms sound practical musical solutions for your splendid satisfaction, and help you in every way to produce exciting music in your mind and play musical instruments with your hands with confidence and dexterity. If this resonates with you, please click on the subscribe button for more enriching musical training content. What is music? Music is the art of production of sound in an orderly manner that is pleasant to the ears. That means the effect music should have to the ears must be that of pleasantness. There are 12 keys used in music, which are formed from the first 7 English alphabets. And these alphabets are represented in neatly arranged pitches on musical instruments: A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. We represent these keys on the staff using musical symbols and signs. If you can learn to read the signs, you'll be able to sight read and bring out the tune of the given musical piece, even if you are just seeing it for the very first time. On a typical hymnal, you have the staff, and on the staff, you have the clef. After the clef, you have the key signature, followed by the time signature. And then you have the musical notes of different shapes and values. I am here to teach you music theory and show you how to apply that knowledge to play the piano, the keyboard, trumpet, organ, guitar, saxophone, or any musical instrument of your choice. Some of the elements of music are pitch, tempo, melody, harmony, dynamics, and etc. The pitch is a measure of how high or low a musical note is. The tempo has to do with the speed or pace of the music, which can either be fast, slow, or somewhere in between. Melody is simply the tune of the music. Harmony is about adding other parts to already established tune or melody of the music. While dynamics is the measure of how loud or soft the sound of music is. As we delve deeper to know more about how to sight read music, let's fine-tune some basic things we have already established. The treble staff has 5 lines and 4 spaces, numbered from the bottom to the top. You can say from down to up. As such, we have line 1, above it line 2, above it line 3, above it line 4, above line 4 we have line 5. When you move up from the first line, line 1, towards line 5 of the treble staff, you are increasing the pitch, and the notes produce sound higher in pitch. On the contrary, when you move down from line 5 of the treble staff to the first line, line 1 of the treble staff, you are decreasing the pitch, and the notes produce sound lower in pitch, even deeper. The higher you go, the higher the pitch. The lower you come down the staff lines, the lower the pitch. Playing to the right on the keyboard, you are increasing the pitch. But playing towards your left on the keyboard, you are reducing the pitch. If you have any question, please feel free to drop your comments in the comment section below. If it ever crosses your mind to think in your heart, is it really easy? I've got some good news for you. I remember a time like that many years ago, 1983 year, I remember. When I look at the music score, I was like, what are all these symbols? The stuff really didn't even make any sense to me. But now, from my wealth of experience spanning 3 decades, knowing and practicing all these things, which I want to share with you, will make you able to better understand and sight read musical notes like a pro. If you want to sight read, you need to pay closer attention to the arrangement on the staff. First thing to tackle is recognizing the difference between the treble and bass staff. When you observe closely, you notice that the treble clef, also called the G clef, starts from the second line of the treble staff, while the bass clef, also known as the F clef, starts from the fourth line of the bass staff. The names of the keys on the 5 lines of the treble staff, numbered from the bottom to the top, are E for line 1, G for line 2, B for line 3, D for line 4, and F for line 5. However, the names of the keys on the 5 lines of the bass staff, numbered from the bottom to the top, are G for line 1, B for line 2, D for line 3, F for line 4, and A for line 5. To know the key you want to play on, you must look at the key signature. The key signature helps you to know which key to play on. It is determined by the number of sharp signs or flat signs you see after the clef on the staff. If it is one sharp sign, you should be sure you must play on key G. If it is 2 sharp signs you see after the clef, be sure you have to play on key D. If it is 3 sharp signs you notice after the clef, you must play on key A. If it's 4 sharp signs, then you must play on key E. If it is 5 sharp signs you see after the clef, you play on key B. If it is 6 sharp signs, you better know you should play on key F sharp. And if it is ever 7 sharp signs you notice after the clef, you must play on key C sharp. A beautiful acronym to remember the key signature for sharp signs is go, down, and end, battle, Father Charles. Go represents key G for 1 sharp. Down represents key D for 2 sharps. And represents key A for 3 sharps. End represents key E for 4 sharps. Battle represents key B for 5 sharps. F represents key F sharp for 6 sharps. And Charles represents key C sharp for 7 sharps. Try and commit this to memory. You can do it. It's interesting to know that it's not only sharp symbols or sharp signs that are used to indicate the key signatures. Music also uses flat symbols after the clef to indicate the key signature. So, if you see 1 flat sign after the clef, that means you have to play on key F. If you see 2 flat signs, you should know you must play on key B flat. If you see 3 flat signs, that means you must play on key E flat. If you see 4 flat signs, you must play on key A flat. If you see 5 flat signs, you must play on key D flat. And if you see 6 flat signs, you must play on key G flat. Learning to sight read is an art. You take it step by step, from knowing the keys to knowing the time signature, to knowing the note names and values indicated in both the American and British styles. For example, whole note is the same as semibrief, which represents 4 beats. Half note is the same as minim, which represents 2 beats. Quarter note is the same as crotchets, which represents 1 beat. And 8th note is the same as quaver, which stands for half beat. Learning to sight read is a skill you need to learn. By the time you attend class and follow salient instructions given to help you learn better, you will see how exciting it is. You will be sight reading on your own, and every note you read will make real sense to you. You can't afford to miss this opportunity, so make yourself available for musical training.